Welcome back to the neighborhood. Our next guest is Susie Santos. Susie, welcome to the neighborhood.
Thanks
here.
For having me.
Keller Williams, North Philly?
Northeast
Philly? All right. So tell everybody a little bit about how you got into the business and what you did before your realtor life.
So, before my real estate life, I waitressed for about 9 years, and then I worked at the casino for about 9 years. And I bought my first place, it was in 2016. So that kind of led me into real estate. I bought a duplex. And I had no idea what I was doing. The agent I had, I was her first deal, and her last deal she decided not to do it anymore, but...
You were that terrible of a client?
No, I don't think, I hope not. I love her to this day.
You scared her away.
She's so supportive. She loves all my stuff. She always tells me she's so proud of me, because I told her, like, I always wanted to do it, but I never really, like, went for it. And then after that, like, I realized, uh-oh, like, I'm a landlord. Like, now I have all these questions, and I don't know what I'm doing. So I just kind of spoke to different people, and being at the casino kind of helped me, because you run into all different kinds of people. People you work with, people that play. So I would just pick their brains and ask questions, and a lot of people helped me, like, copy off their leases, because I didn't know anything that I was doing. They told me how to basically get licensed as a landlord in the state of Philly or state of PA, so I had to go and do all that, and it was a mess, but I figured it out.
That's
and then
a whole lot of work.
I was like, why isn't everybody doing this? And I can help other people, and it just, honestly, it made my life easier, and just collecting, like, the passive income, and I don't know, I fell in love, and I was like, everyone needs to do this, and it just came naturally for me. So after 2000, when did COVID happen?
2020.
2020.
Yep.
So I got licensed in 2019, and then COVID happened, and I got so busy. My job at the casino, I was furloughed, and then everything just took off. So when they opened back up, I couldn't go back. I was so busy. I was like, I can't come back. Like, I have 12 people under contract. I can't just walk away from that. So I just stuck with it.
Nice.
And it was just, it's amazing. It's
Nice.
life-changing.
Nice. Have you gotten any other rental properties, or you still have just
I'm
your
working on my
duplex?
second.
Okay. All
Working
right.
on it. It's a tough market.
How do you like being a landlord?
It's easy peasy for me.
Really?
I've lucked out. Somebody told me, like, never rent to, like, your friends. I ended up renting out my upstairs unit to people that I worked with at the casino, and I've had, like, a couple changes since then, but still the casino people, and they've been great, and they're respectful, and, you know.
I hated it.
I'm also pretty easy, like.
I'm too easy. That's why I'm not a good landlord.
Well, the
people
thing
are like,
is,
oh, my son, he broke his arm. I can't pay the rent. I was like, oh, don't worry about it. You catch up next week.
No, not that easy.
Oh, yeah, don't worry. I know. Your car broke down, transmission, and then I had 10
not
properties.
that way. Like, with the money side, I'm pretty strict.
You're a little mean.
Yeah, I can be.
Yeah.
But on the side of, like, if they have a party, I can.
You're all right with that.
I sleep through it. I'm like a rock.
Right.
Like, you can't wake me up.
But the first better have them all.
Oh yeah, 1000%. Yeah. I'm like, you're past your grace period. Like, cough it up.
Let's go. Let's go. Nice, nice. So, can you think of your favorite client? Like, is there one person that you've had that you worked with where you like think back, you're like, man, I'm so glad I got to help them, or that was such an awesome close.
That's tough. I mean, I love all my clients, because my clients are mainly, like, just people I know, or if I get a referral, I just end up loving them. I would say my first deal was probably my favorite, because I was so proud of myself that I, like, sat in my car afterwards and I just cried, and, like, I forgot to go get my check. Like, I forgot I got paid for it, and I'm like, oh, I get paid. This is so awesome. Yeah, and it was just emotional, because it was just something I really enjoyed, and she was, like, a really good friend, and she was a single mom, and she had 2 young boys, and I was just,
that's the best.
It was important for me.
That's the best.
So, yeah, I was like, this means a lot.
Yeah. Is that normally your go-to, is the first-time buyers kind of thing, or are you tied in with investors? What's your normal client like?
I would say I get a lot of couples. Usually after they close, they tell me that they're pregnant. I'm like a jinx, I like to say. And now I started warning people about it, so it started to simmer down. But no, I get a lot of couples. I do get some single moms, single dads even.
Right.
It's kind of all over the place. I just recently connected with an investor, so that's a fun little opportunity I'm looking forward to exploring more. So
nice.
Maybe some wholesaling.
Nice. And are you in any networking groups or anything like that? Any investor groups, any real estate groups, either in person or on Facebook or anything like that?
Yeah, like I'm in like some referral groups on Facebook, so I actually just had like a closing in South Carolina. One of my client's sisters needed help, and then my sellers just moved to Siesta Key, so I hooked them up with an agent. So I do like referral networking on there. And then just kind of like, I just recently connected with Core Title and went to a networking event over there that they hosted. So that was a good time. That was helpful. I made a lot of connections.
Yeah, yeah, great people. Now, what do you do outside of real estate? What do you do for like your heart or your soul or your spirit? What do you do for fun? What do you do for activities? Like, not Susie the realtor, like Susie the fun after 9 to 5 girl.
I'm like...
We know you're an awesome golfer, but besides that...
I wouldn't say awesome, but...
You won.
The Angry Birds of golf, I won.
You are the Hank Aaron of Angry Birds golfing, or the Tiger Woods of Angry Birds golfing?
Yeah, exactly. Like, challenge me. Or money. Let's put money on it.
All right. Challenge
But no, I would say, honestly, like, I'm more of like a homebody. I love to stay home. I have a dog, so I just like to be home with her. And then really other than that, I spend time with my niece, nephew, or my friends when I have free time. And just kind of focus on making those memories. And that's really all that matters to me. That's kind of why I wanted to get into the business, because it could free up my time rather than the casino. You were always working holidays, and there were things I couldn't do with my family and stuff like that. And this, now I can make my own schedule and set my own boundaries, and it's been good.
It's been nice.
It's been
cool.
Worth it.
So I noticed on your Facebook profile, you were from South Jersey and you went to Philly. That's like the opposite of what everyone else does. Everybody grows up in South Philly and then comes to South Jersey so they can have
Don't get me wrong, I want to go
like
back to South Jersey. I love Jersey. I'm like Jersey in my heart.
How did you get to Philly?
Because I was working at the casino and I wanted to get the duplex, and it just made more sense to buy closer to work, and there was a ton over there. I like stalked out the neighborhood, and it just made sense. So I bought over there, and I always had the intent that I'm going to go back to Jersey for my next property, and I'm still working on that.
Okay. Now, are you licensed in both? You're licensed in Jersey and PA, so you can take clients from there?
It took me a long time to get used to like Philly, especially because like everybody goes by zip codes.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to understand.
It's a whole nother world.
It's a whole different world. And I'm from Jersey. I'm like, what do you mean? It's not like Blackwood, Runnymede, or Belmar. Or
no.
It's totally different. They're like 19111. I'm like, what town?
Right, yeah. It's
so
all Philly.
Yeah, it took me a while. I had to kind of study it and really get to know, what was going on. But I've really come a long way. And
Is there a neighborhood over there in Philly where you're like, man, I really like the properties over there? Like, we have an office in Fishtown on Frankfurt Ave that's nice, but you're just like,
No, I'm just stuck on Jersey. I just want to go. Me personally, I want to go back there. But my friends are there, my family's there, and that is most important.
All right. So that'll lead into the next question. Let's look at June of 2024, 2 years from now. Where is Susie? And give me some of the check boxes that you're going to have between now and then, some goals that you're going to achieve in the next 2 years.
All right, so I'd like my next multifamily property in Jersey.
Okay.
And then I would like to be in a position where I'm working towards whether it's a vacation house. I'm like undecided, a vacation house or maybe storage units. I hear that's really big, so I'm going to do some searching into that. And then what was the other thing I wanted to look into? It was like, what was it?
The Airbnbs?
No, not
Not an Airbnb
nah,
person?
Maybe down the line, but not.
I would way rather do Airbnbs than regular tenant. Yeah, they pay for everything right up front. You got all your money. You don't worry about collecting anything. It's all in there. It's in your account. All you got to do is go there, send somebody to clean it up, go back in, and you get twice as much rent for an Airbnb as you do. Yeah, I don't like tenants.
Maybe
I'm anti.
it's something to look into.
Not discriminatory. I just don't like tenants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know. We'll see.
There you go.
I'll keep
Cool.
you posted.
All right. So, sports or music? That's your next question. Which one you want?
Music.
Music, okay. So tomorrow you wake up and a genie appears in your room and says you can have one person or band come to your house and play 2 songs. Who's the band or the musician, and what are the 2 songs that they're gonna play for you?
Ooh, this is tough. All right, so I'm gonna go with Trey songs.
Okay.
I don't care what song, anything.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go a little country, and I'm gonna say, let's go with Luke Bryan.
Luke Bryan?
I don't care what he plays.
I know
for.
who he is.
I don't care what he plays.
You don't care what he plays?
No, just
As long as he
play
plays something.
I don't care.
He can play on mute, it doesn't matter, just as long as he's hanging out there.
Literally. It's
Yeah,
fine.
for sure.
It's totally fine.
Awesome, Susie, thanks for coming
Thanks
in.
for having me.
We'll have you on again. Thank you very much, guys. We'll be back next week.